What's going on, guys? Pepperbelly here, and we're playing some Dead Island. Recently released, brand new game, crazy zombie killer. Let's get started. So this is probably, actually I don't even know. It tells you the percentage of how far you are in the game, but I'm guessing 30 to 40 to 50% through the game, like story-wise, maybe, I don't know. But this is when you get into the second area. Instead of being at the Tropical Paradise Resort, you are now located in the town area. It's like an all-urban, dark, gritty, really, really shitty, actually. It sucks compared to the resort. I mean, I'd rather be at the resort. It's way nicer. There's beaches, there's zombie babes that you cut their heads off and all kinds of good shit. So, you know, it's just plus it's more pleasant to look at. You know, you're kind of just roaming around. You're like, oh, this is a really nice resort. I mean, it's actually a really nice resort. You're walking around that place. Holy shit, I would love to go there in real life. I would want to spend the rest of my life just living on that resort in real life, IRL. You know, if that place technically existed, because I've been to like a lot of resorts. Yeah, I've been to a lot of them. I've been to Florida, Myrtle Beach. There's a few places I've been. I haven't gone to like this isn't Benoit. I haven't been like, the Caribbean, or I hate saying it like that way. It's Caribbean. You know, I haven't been like, any of those places. But I don't know. This one it's a very, very nice place. Now, of course, the urban area looks like shit, which, in all honesty, not only because it's a zombie outbreak, that's not just the reason, but, I mean, you just look at the way the neighborhoods are, and it kind of, it's like the Dominican Republic, like in real life. That's like a resort, right? And, well, there's plenty of resorts in that area, or in that, country, or whatever, district and all that shit, whatever the hell you want to call it. I know what your kids are doing. Yeah, it's a hot bitch. I'm nodding my head because, I like Benoit's taste in women, half naked. If not all, might as well just go completely naked. That's even better. But anyway, so what was I saying a second ago? Right. So it kind of has like Dominican Republic, some places like that. I'm not sure about the Caribbean, but you always have like those tour buses, right? That'll take you around and show you the country, show you the whole wherever the hell, just show you the general gist of what life is like there, and it makes you realize that holy shit, these guys live like crap. Like they're pretty insane for toughing it out in situations like that, and all kinds of environments of pretty much living with your floorboard being like manure and shit, and stuff like that, made of cheesy huts, and they live in dumbed down, run down towns like this. Now, I'm not trying to like criticize them or say anything. I'm just saying this resort has a pretty realistic resemblance to how it is in real life. The resorts are always nicer than the towns that people live in. It's just that's the way it is. People resorts are owned by those out of town. Usually, people start resorts, they get money, and then live on it. Like if I started my own resort, I would definitely live at my resort. Clearly, why else would I not do that? Have a hotel set up with my own VIP at the very top of the building. Just have a nice little place there. That's what I would do. I'm pretty sure like the majority of most people would do the exact same thing. But anyway, now we're gonna talk about the game here. So, as you can see, I'm just like brutally mutilating and killing the shit out of zombies with all kinds of weapons, and I'm using the Sam B, I think his name is the character, because you have 4 characters you can choose from, and I am picking Sam B, which is a rap artist, not because I do rap parodies, nothing like that. It's just because, well, me and my buddy were gonna play co-op, and he happened to pick Logan, so I was like, whatever, I'm gonna be the big black guy and do some cool shit and bash people over the head with my massive cock. Yeah, so, plus, perhaps there's an ability to run faster. Okay, I'm just going too far with that. Lol, racism. I'm not really racist. Have you ever seen that, The Most Interesting Man in the World? There's like a demotivational poster thing on the internet. It's kind of funny. It says like, I'm not always racist, but when I am, it's on Xbox Live, and like it's kind of funny because it's true. Like you're always like you'll be in public, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be nice to people. You see a black guy walking down the street, you're not gonna be like yelling at him, pull like a friggin' Kramer from Seinfeld, just yell, hey, look, it's and then go so forth with that, and then probably get killed because that's probably what they would do to you. Not to mention this bombardment of anti-racial people that would come down and call you a racist pig and try to shit on your face. But, you know. Anyway, let's continue talking about the game. So Dead Island picks Dan B. He's an expert in blunt weapons, so like hammers, maces. Well, you can make maces. Obviously baseball bats, you know, paddles. Like you can get like a freaking boat paddle and just bash people over the face with it. Sticks, you know, all kinds of like anything that's like with blunt force. Every character has their own attribute. Like I know Logan is a throwing expert. Pernar, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's like, what would you call it? She's a firearms expert. She's an expert in shooting and stuff. And, well, Sam B's an expert in this. And then there's like I don't know how they say it. It's like Exion May or something. I don't even know how the hell you say her name. It's like some Asian name that I don't understand or how to pronounce it specifically. But she's an expert in sharp weapons, which unfortunately is what I prefer because, I mean, machetes are awesome. If you ever watched the movie Machete, well, come on now. I mean, I want to fuck you up with my machete. You know, that long and hard thing? Girls are going to come up to you and be like, ooh, what is that? And then you can just be like, that is my machete. And just completely, you know, and you can improvise with everything. I mean, people are going to be like, oh, I thought you don't use cell phones. Machete improvise. You know, it's fucked. It's such a funny movie. If you've never seen it, I suggest you go watch it. It's kind of those cliche, cheesy, on-purpose type movies. It's kind of funny. But, I don't know, I just find it's way more fun just to cut the shit out of, like, zombies than it is to just bash them over the head, watch their head explode. It gets kind of repetitive. Knifing people, however, is a little bit more strategic. Now, there are all types of zombies in this game. So far, I encountered walkers, which are the typical, very slow. Like, you can see them right here. They're slower. They can come at you pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. They're slower, usually stupider. They'll stand around, do nothing. And they don't really make that much of an effort. If you're kind of keeping your distance, they won't charge at you right away. Unless you, of course, specialize in talent trees, which you can see later on. I'm pretty sure you see me doing that in the video. I'm not sure. But if you specialize in it, you can make aggro better for you, right? So you can aggro more zombies if you specialize in survival. So there's always the talent trees are sorted by fury, which is like the short burst of rage you get, which grants you like this ability. Like for example, Perna, she pulls out her private sidearm. Even if you don't have a pistol, you pull it out anyway, and you get to shoot the shit out of people for the duration that you have it. And then there's Sam B. All I know is that he pulls out brass knuckles and punches the shit out of everyone. So, you know, there's fury, then there's the combat, which is where you specialize in your specific weapon or ability that your character has. And then there's survival, which is just, you know, surviving whatever. So in this one, I kind of put survival for the very first thing because it gives you 10% of your health over a minute of time. So your health slowly regenerates. If I were to go all the way to survival, I think it goes up to like 40%. So it increases, you know, vastly. So you can almost have like completely rechargeable health. But I mean, I find it's way more fun to just, you know, smash their faces in with like overpowered skills and blunt weapons and stuff. However, I think you do see me die a few times. This is originally I think it's a 30-minute video. I just recorded like this whole specific mission I'm doing is like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try to cut it up into 2 parts. I might put the other part out a little bit later. I might not put it out at all. I'm just saying, but it depends how things go. If you guys want to see more, just let me know. I'll put part 2 up, which is it's a continuation from what you're going to see at the end of this, which goes into the next mission. You'll see me taking out a few more other zombies. So going back on the topic I was saying before, you know, these are the walkers, the slow, shitty, whatever. Then there's the infected, which are probably the most annoying pieces of amphibian shit you will ever deal with. Like my buddy, his problem is thugs, and he hates thugs because the thugs are like the bigger, slower but super strong zombies. Like they sit there and just snarl and growl really loud like a lion in the wild, you know, trying to fuck another lioness type thing, except instead of it being a lioness, the lioness is you and it wants to fuck you. I don't want that 'cause that's just disgusting. I don't want corpses, and like that's like the reverse of necrophilia. Like holy shit, I don't even want to think about that. But anyway, so the thugs are the bigger, more muscular, slow guys. It's the biggest problem with them is if you're in their reach and they hit you, it's a one-hit kill, or not a one-hit kill. Sorry, it's it'll hit you and you're knocked down. Like there's the occasional time where if you melee at the exact same moment he swings, it can kind of cancel each other out, so you don't do much damage to him and he doesn't do much damage to you, and you won't stumble back. But if he hits you, usually you go flying back, you land on your back, and then you have to like get up slowly and try to go at him again. For me, I've never had issues with the thugs. I love challenging them. Like every time I see them, it's like, holy shit, I have to kill them. They're so satisfying to kill just because they're all big and burly, and you're like, and I can't help but feel like a complete ass when like every time they take a swing, I take a step back, come back forward, you know, slash him a few times. He tries to swing again, step back, you know, and like that's my tactic with the thugs, and it works like 90% of the time. Actually, I would say 95% of the time. It's like it's very rare that I get killed by a thug. However, the infected, they're not unknown. Like you will definitely hear them coming. They have like this really loud shriek. It's kind of like in Left 4 Dead where you have like those freaking hordes coming at you, and you can hear them from a distance, and you're like, oh shit, here they come, and you like stock up on weapons and you get ready to fuck them up. Problem is, you don't get the opportunity to let's get ready and fucking suit up. It's like, oh shit, I have a hammer, and there's like 8 of them. Fuck it, I'll make do. That's literally what it is. That's what it's like. The infected come at you, you're like, I can sprint, I can try to melee them, which are 10 times faster than me. I can drop kick one of them, well, jump kick, and I'll knock him to the ground, but what's the point when the other, like, 6 are gonna, like, molest me? And, that's generally what happens, so they're really, really frustrating. I personally hate them the most. I'm not saying the game sucks because of it. I'm just, it's a very good thing actually that they're very hard, because I mean this game would be a complete pushover. Like, oh, I just get to, you know, kill the shit out of zombies, just, you know, periodically for no reason. Like there's no challenge behind it. So I like the idea that they have different variations. They have suiciders, for example. Look, more hot chicks. They have suiciders, which are like, they kind of be like those Flood from Halo, right? The ones that explode, the fat ones that come up to you, they're all like, and they blow up, and then all the infected go everywhere. Well, that's the infected part doesn't happen, but they do explode. It's quite the same. It's quite similar actually. They're kind of like boomers in Left 4 Dead, if you want to look at it that way. Except nothing comes out of them except for the fact that they just blow up. That's it. But they do have like a pretty big blast radius, so if you don't keep your distance, chances are you're gonna get fucked. And it's really good though when there's huge crowds of zombies. You can kind of just be in there, you can see one there and you can hear them, right? They have like this really distinctive shriek, and you can kind of just walk up to them, and then it's pretty easy to avoid them too, because I usually go right up to their faces, and I'll sit there, and I'll wait for him to just start to initiate the, oh, I'm gonna commit suicide, and then I kind of just sprint away really quickly, or not even really have to sprint. I just back up really fast, and there's a group of guys there. Chances are he's gonna get the shit blown out of him, which is usually what happens. All the zombies get exploded. Saves me half the kills. And then I just have to pick off the stragglers, which usually most of them are just trying to get up, so I go and curb stomp them or whatever. But I gotta say, this game, fantastic game. If you haven't played it, you should definitely get your hands on it. It's not I wouldn't say it's really addicting. Now, it does get repetitive. You do the same shit over and over again. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed 1, where it's like, it's a really, really good game because it has awesome gameplay. It's kind of like, it's not revolutionary totally per se, but it's like, it has all these new elements that haven't been really done before. Like this zombie game, there's plenty of zombie games out there, Dead Rising, Left 4 Dead, all kinds of shit. But this one kind of has a little bit of a difference to it. It kind of feels like a Far Cry, open world. I can do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to do my missions if I don't want to. I can just follow the main story the whole time, with like this crazy in-depth melee system where even if you go into the options, you can change it. So instead of it just being right trigger to melee and it's always the same type of melee attack, you can actually like make it so you hold down the left trigger and you use your analog stick for more accurate, more detailed melee attacks. But the problem is it takes a while to get used to, so it's kind of difficult. So, this game, it does have that same trend. To me, it reminds me of that. If they were to make a sequel, I can picture it being significantly better. They'll improve above all the problems that this game had. And the only way I say it's repetitive is because the missions are pretty much exactly the same. It's always go out, get insulin for some woman, go get food, go get supplies, go get a truck so you can drive somewhere so you can get to the next map. It's always like, the same type of stuff. Sometimes people will be like, oh, well, my family, I need you to go kill them because they're zombies now and whatever, stuff like that. Anyway, the video is coming to an end, so please remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And please comment if you want to see more of this game, because I will definitely upload part 2. Take care.